to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and Atlanta, Georgia. This is United Fan Zone with Sean Gray and Mikey Douglas. What's going on, good people of the United States, good people of the UK, good people of the world? How are we doing today? Is this the first? Is this the first? No.
No.
Yeah. This is the first one of the year.
Friday was it? Oh,
Right.
yeah. Technically, yeah. It's the first one of the year.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man? How's your new year treating you so far?
It's going good. It's going great, actually, especially off the back of that performance. For the first time in a long time, I've actually come home and wanted to watch a replay. So
yeah, hey, I was excited to do this pod all day today. I'm always excited to do it, but there's some days I'm like, it could be a little bit of a grind, especially how bad we've been.
Absolutely.
Real quick, I just want to say happy birthday to my brother. His birthday was on Saturday. Happy birthday to you, my big brother. Shouts to you, man. You enjoy your birthday, and hopefully we can meet up soon and have a few pints and talk about some crap. I don't know. He's not a football guy, so we'll leave it there. But yeah, Man United 2, the Scouse Bastards 2 at Anfield. Man United rescue a point and the leaky roof of Anfield. How you feel about it, man? Tell me what was going on in the pub. Tell me what was going on where you were.
Yeah,
what was
it was excitement.
Yeah.
Like the first 20 minutes was, I honestly thought it was going to be 3-0 in the first 20 minutes. They had some good chances, some good saves from Onana. He redeemed himself this week, I think. A lot of great saves from him, actually. But I think not just him. I think the entire team redeemed themselves this week, and it was a lot of excitement. Going 1-0 up. I think the penalty was a penalty. I know there's a lot of people going, "Oh, it's not a penalty." It's a harsh penalty, but it's a penalty. His arm is up in this position. It's a penalty all day long. It's a harsh one because it was so close. If his arm's down here, I would be pissed about it. But the fact his arm's up here, it kind of solidified that it was a penalty for me. But yeah, after the end of the game, the Liverpool fans were not happy, and it's kind of felt like a win for us, to be honest with you. It just wish Harry Maguire hadn't shinned the last ball over and it could have come off of his feet. But it is what it is. He's a defender. He's not a striker, right?
Yeah, you know what? To the penalty, I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. No,
it could go either way for me. I think the only point of contention I'll have with the penalty is that he knows nothing about it. Right. He doesn't. He knows nothing about it happening. Right. So like I've seen guys, have their hand out, making themselves big, because that's what he was essentially making himself big. But it's so bang bang. It happens in literally split seconds. So that's why I would say, but it is a penalty. I wasn't too hard done by it. They didn't look at ours for 1 second, our handball on the other, and they didn't even look at that one.
I didn't notice that till I'm gonna jump in there. I didn't notice that till the end of until I watched the replay though. Did you notice it at the game?
Yeah, I was like, they're not even gonna look at ours because
it's a clear out ball because his hand is up like that too.
Yeah, and then they played on, and it was a foul, and I'm like, they're not gonna look at this. They're not gonna look at this at all. And I was the only one saying something about it. And then when we finally got done for ours, I'm like, what? What? They didn't even look at our one. And that's once again Michael Oliver, brother. Your time is coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. I just know. But yeah, shouts to Casey. I will take on anything that happens in the box with Manchester United player involved. It's always going to be a pen. That was a pen, though, bro. That was a pen. You can't even you can't really argue that. Like, as much as I still made a case for it, I'm not too mad that they called it. I just want to say this. I don't know what handball is anymore.
No.
I don't know what it is. With my crew, we all feel that anything that happens in the box involving a Manchester United player will be ruled a penalty, so no surprise. But you would be mad if it happened, if it went the other way, which it could have, right? You would have to look at that objectively. That's how it go. But everybody's free to feel how they want. But yeah, felt great. Was very surprised after the first half. I think all of us were. I think that was the growing sentiment. Like, wow, are we playing decent? Do we look okay? Are we defending well? I felt like we defended really good. I feel like guys were putting stuff together. Yes, we did lose the ball a lot, but you're gonna do that at away from home on a night like that night when it was cold as hell, the ground's hard as hell, and it's probably slicked over with ice and all kinds of craziness. Not too mad about the. I think everybody did something to affect the game positively. I don't have anybody getting less than a 6.
No,
I think
not at all.
everybody played well, and that's the first time I can say that in a long time. I mean, and we only drew. There's times when we won 3-0 and we didn't look great.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I felt like we had the better chances. I felt like it was up to us to win. The onus was on us.
I think we played better. Yeah, I think we were the better team.
If I'm Liverpool, I'm looking at, and apparently they had a fight afterwards. It was a bust up and all kinds of stuff. So like, if I'm a Man United player, I'm like, look at big bad Liverpool, who's probably the best team in Europe right now, flying in Europe.
We lost you. I'll carry on. I heard about the fight afterwards. Clearly involved Trent Alexander-Arnold. But we all know he I don't think he should have started that game, or he should have been hooked at halftime. His performance wasn't there. His head is at Madrid. I'm not sure on the truth of it, whether he's been offered the contract or whether he hasn't been offered the contract. But we know Madrid came in for him. They lowballed Liverpool on an offer, and it's clearly turned his head. And it showed. He was absolutely awful. Roy Keane said it. Performances like that, you'll be playing for Tranmere Rovers, not Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think we know he's not a good defender, though.
He's not a good defender. No, he's
Roy
not.
Keane with the low-hanging fruit. We know he can't defend. He just didn't pass well today either.
Do you know where he would be good? As a right wing back for Manchester United. He's not a good defender, but getting forward and up and down that wing, he's good at it.
I think he'd be good as like a right or left 10 for us.
Yeah. But Paul Scholes said something really interesting to me, and I agree with it. I took a lot more away from that game than I did against the win against City. At the end of the day, City, yes, we beat them, but City were in a rut at the time. I believe they still are. They only just played West Ham. I know they scored 4, but it's West Ham. They're about to. I don't even know if they did sack their manager today, but the board was having a meeting to decide whether they were going to fire him. And that's not saying much considering they're on the same amount of points as we are.
He's been on thin ice for a while, this Lopetegui.
Yeah, it has. But I did take a lot more away from that. It was a great, solid performance. And I don't know whether he will do it, but he needs to stick with that same team Sunday. They have to play the same team Sunday. We're coming out of a busy period. This is his first full week. I know, we played on the Monday, but this is his first full week of training with this team. He has to start that same team. He has to get some momentum going with the team. You can't keep swapping and changing. I know we play 2 times next week, Thursday, Friday, but we don't this week. We got the week off. Let's play the same team and then continuously play that team until someone's not playing well. You know what I mean? You got to keep a rhythm going. Like Liverpool they all swap 1 or 2 players, but the 9, 10 of those players are consistently playing for them. Yeah. And we're not seeing that. And so you can't expect the team to be together. You can't expect the team to, to learn one another if you keep swapping and changing, if you know what I mean. Harry Maguire can't learn to be a partner with De Ligt and Martinez if that back three is not always playing together. They need to have that connection. So he needs to figure that out, and that's why I believe he has to play that team on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all in it. I agree with you on that. I mean, Martinez making me eat my words was the best part, right? Mm-hmm. I was giving up on Martinez like everybody else. I called him the vegan, not the butcher, but I'm doing that not to slag him, but I just doing it to like, hey man, you could be better than this. You could be better than what you are. We know you can. We've seen it. And I don't know if it's the injury, but he played a really good bang game. I think everybody was defensively sound. I think De Ligt was the worst of the bunch, but to be fair, he gave up the penalty and he kind of got sent into the third row by Gakpo. Everybody goes down there. I don't want to hear it. Everybody goes down.
Everyone slides for that because you think he's going to shoot.
Yeah.
Rasmus Højlund should have done the same thing.
Yeah, 100%. So, Sanjeev says he'd be great for Madrid. They want flair over defensive solidity, and with Carlo, he would play him in different positions for sure. But they're defensively solid already, though. That's the thing. Like, they have some of the best defenders in the world, so they don't really need him to be a right back there. I would put him as like something. I'll try to help out Bellingham some way. I don't know. I think that guy is just way more than just a right back. He can't defend. I know I didn't want Martinez to start Martinez, and he played magnificent. Yeah, played good. All the defenders, even De Ligt played well. I give it. De Ligt also played well. He just gave up a penalty and got sent into the third row. That's it. Yeah. But fair is fair. Lenny Euro off the bench, cold, blood cold.
That tackle.
Makes probably a goal-saving tackle. Now you don't know with Nunez. That guy's just
you're split second late there. That's a penalty. Split second.
I mean, you're split second late. It's a penalty, or you don't do anything at all. You don't put him off enough. That's probably a goal. I mean, he might have saved us the game right there. So that kid, man, he just keeps showing little bits. He's been consistently solid in the little time we've seen him play, but nobody's more solid than your boy. Ugarte, 100%. That guy's a hound dog. He's just after everything. He's just looking for smoke. This time I'm watching him like, yo, he doesn't care about who has the ball. He's gonna go get it. I love it. I heard somebody say this earlier. I think it was Mark Goldbridge. He was like, he's a player that could play in any era of Man United, and I believe that.
Yeah, Jeeves said earlier. Because we were talking, who was the last player that we signed that was not old, but a decent CDM? And it wasn't even him. Like, we came up with a Herrera, and he wasn't even a real CDM. So it's just so good to watch a player. He's like Superman on the field, dude. He is consistently all over the place. He's just like, one minute he's here, the next minute he's there. It's like, wow. Like he just comes out of nowhere and just tackles the ball. We knew, and I knew at some point he's going to get a red this season. It's going to happen. Yeah. He gets a yellow game, pretty much a yellow every game. At some point he's going to get a double yellow. But I don't care. The guy, for me, needs to be the first name on that team sheet. The first name. Yeah. And him and Mainu are, the last couple of games, they obviously the Newcastle, they didn't play together, but we needed a swap. Those two are building a really good partnership in that midfield. And we knew, Amram told us the storm was coming. I think that hopefully that storm is kind of, just passing now. These players are getting used to the system. They're getting used to working with one another in the new system. That, Garnacho coming on, that was a good pass. Normally he would have tried some tricky shit to try and get in the box. No, he put it straight in the box, celebrated with the team, looked like he was enjoying himself.
He needed that.
He needed it. Now we know with Rashford, it's not working. I don't believe he's sick. Okay, I got the De Ligt was sick for 3 days, but the fact that you've been sick twice now in the last 3 weeks. Something's going on. I don't believe he is not talking to his agent. Where he came out that thing, he might not be directly talking to his agent, but somebody is. He's clearly orchestrating a move away from Manchester United right now. Whether that's a loan to AC Milan, like we're looking, Sky Sports News were reporting it today. There's a lot of rumors going around, and I'm going to call them rumors, about a swap deal with Osimhen with Napoli. That is a good deal for me. But then there's also part where the Osimhen is, do we swap a difficult player like Rashford is now with another difficult player who had problems in Napoli with Conte? So I know he's an out-and-out goal scorer and he'll do a hell of a job for us, but do we swap a like-for-like player when it comes to attitude? But, he's clearly looking to orchestrate a move away from Manchester United somehow. And I think United have to get it done. We've got 20 days left of January. Well, actually, no. I think it ends at the 3rd of February this year, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, We got to get something done. We got to get something done quick. We have to get a goal scorer. The fact that I don't know if anyone else saw this, Martinez and Harry Maguire could have scored a lot more goals than the two they did. And they were further up and had the better positions than our strikers did. Rasmus Højlund had one good shot. Should have buried it, to be honest with you. He should have cut back like Gappo did and put it on his right foot. I know he's left-footed, but he should have still done it. But the fact that our defenders were in that box having better chances, it just goes to show that we really, really need a striker right now. Napoli did create those problems, but there's no smoke without fire. Osman had problems with Napoli too.
Yeah, I think Napoli did the social media did something crazy, and ever since then he just was like, yeah, you guys are weird, and he couldn't get a move. But I don't know. I don't do the attitude thing because, like I said, that also has it's a negative connotation. I don't know how bad he is. I don't know. All I know is I need a goal scorer, and I don't know if it's like for like attitude or anything like that. I just need somebody who's gonna come in and score goals, and he's doing that at Galatasaray.
Oh, he's doing it in abundance.
He has a lot of goals there. He has a lot of goals wherever he goes. I mean, he brought him and that guy with the long last name that I never get. They brought Napoli their first title in like 20 years or something like that. So you know, the pedigree's there. Now, do I think Osimhen would he be good for a team like this right now to bring us back to where we need to? I don't know. A loan deal for me is always good in the idea that it's no risk involved. If you're shit, you go back to where you came from. We pay a little bit of your salary and we move on from there. I don't know if we could do a like for like swap and how much of a difference it'll be as far as payments, money is involved. I haven't looked into that, but yeah, I was also hearing about Colomani. Not really a fan of him. I think he hasn't tore it up for a long time since he was at Frankfurt. He's been a no-show for a long time since then. Not really a fan of him. He kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm not saying he can't do it. If you tell me, hey, it's either we get this guy or we get nothing. Because the way I'm looking at it is that if you're good, January is really a desperation time. If you're good, you're at that team that you're at. You're gonna be there.
Yeah,
there's loans to be had. So loans are always on the cards. But like, if you're going, you can't go for big money signings. We can't for sure, but you're definitely not going for them in January. It's just not happening. So if we end up getting him on a loan deal, cool, and then he ends up showing out, then we keep him. If not, fine. But if you say nothing or him, I'm picking him. Colomani, that is.
Yeah, no, yeah. Colomani, PSG, right?
Yeah, and I think he's better than Rasmus Højlund and Xerxes, but he's also older than them. So like,
I would take him on loan till the end of summer, not with an obligation to buy, but take him on loan till the end of summer just to kind of see where things would go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more than happy to bring him in.
Yeah, I'm not mad. There's no big names you can go and get right now.
No,
everything has to be a loan. It has to be, and I think that Ineos knows it. Ineos knows what's going on. That's why a lot of the news is floating around the way it is. I think Joshua Xerxes is actually his agents putting it out there. A lot of his loan talk to his move to Juve.
Yeah.
I think he's unsettled, and you know, even though he did play well, he did play pretty well, and when he did have his few minutes to come on, I think it was cool that people were, you know, encouraging him and getting him in the away fans. But at the same time, it's like, I think we've seen all that we need to see of him.
Yeah.
I don't know where he fits in this team. I think he would fit in a Ten Hag team, and that's not saying much.
No.
Why does Ten Hag not have a job yet?
Mid-season, the teams are not really firing anybody right now. Hey, Everton, from what I'm hearing right now, Everton's about to fire Sean Dyche. So
yeah, poor Sean Dyche. It's not his fault.
No,
it's not his fault. He has a bad ownership.
They got new owners now, haven't they?
Yeah, the bad ownership. He's coming from bad ownership. He's coming from Now
They
he's kind of
sold
like
all his
us.
players.
It's like us. They sold everybody that they could have. They don't have any real youth prospects. Like, it's just I don't blame Sean Dice for their issues.
No, not at all.
He is a dinosaur of a coach and needs to change, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, kind of looking ahead to kind of like Arsenal at the weekend. Are you in agreement? You play the same team?
I play the same team, but I'm not really. I want to be Arsenal. I hate Arsenal fans, and I know.
Well, they're wounded right now.
I'm friends. Yeah, but that's the thing with like, it's next man up at this point in the season, and like when Yeri is scoring for them now, he's their big youth prospect.
Well, no, he just went out injured at the weekend.
Did he? Because he scored on the weekend.
Yeah, he went out injured at halftime. He's done for a couple of weeks. He's out. Saka's out. Martin, they're right now. They're literally relying on Jesus to score goals for them. That and corners. It's a good opportunity to beat Arsenal.
You would want to play this depleted team, but Arsenal is just tricky. They're just a tricky team. They can get a straight up goal, and then they can get that. They have the best corner taker. I mean, the best set piece coach in the world, apparently. So I don't know. I don't really care to be in this competition. I'm not turning my nose up at it. I just don't care to really be in the FA Cup anymore. I want to focus on Europa and the league and bettering our situation in the league, getting away from those relegation spots. I think that's what's most important for me, getting something out of that. I know we only have half the season left, but if we can go on a nice little run of like 7 or 8 games, we had no faith in this Liverpool thing. Now that's the thing I want to ask. Actually, I want to ask you this. We know this team, bro. We know this team will beat City and go on a 4-game losing streak. We know that. I know you saw Ruben Amorim's presser and how he was like,
I loved it. Where
the hell is this coming from? Do you trust these players? Do you, like, even though we did what we did yesterday, do you really trust them to go on and continue? Because we've been here before.
So before, no. I watched an interview with Bruno and I watched an interview with Martinez this week. Like after the game. Right. Yes, I do not like they're giving me a little hope. They were brutally honest with themselves, brutally honest with their fans, and sitting there saying, no, we just haven't been good enough. We need to play better. But it wasn't just that whole, we need to play better. You could see something within their face that said, we want to play better. You know what I mean? You could see that passion, like, we haven't played good. Look what we just did. We can go on. We can go on and do this. We're not getting top 4. We're not even getting. I fully believe England's going to get a 5th Champions League place this year. We ain't getting that either. Just forget about it. So for me, that me being English, loving the FA Cup, there's that wants me to go to the next round. Not just for that, the fact that would beat Arsenal and knock them out, and again, as I like to call my Arsenal fans, choke Teta. So and it's another year with Arteta with no trophy. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, I do trust them now. Just from those 2 interviews, you could see. I don't know if you took the same thing away as I did, but I could see real passion in those 2 interviews that they did.
You know me, man. I don't really get up or down on these things. Words are great. I need to see you do it on the pitch. I agree.
Absolutely agree. Yeah,
I didn't see you put it together. I just brought it up because it was a conversation that's been had in like the internet. So when I'm at work, bro, I'm listening to every single United or whatever podcast just to hear what people are saying and some of the thoughts that's going on in the internet world, right? And then like people that I talk to or whatever. And like the biggest thing is that, hey, we've been here before. We've seen a team pull out a good performance and then nothing next week against a lesser opponent. So it's like, I'm not saying have we turned the corner, because that's whack. I don't want to even say that. I don't even want anyone to say that around me. But do we have what it takes to build upon this? And I don't know. I
think we do.
But what I will say is that Arsenal having a strong opponent right after one strong opponent is a good thing right now.
Yeah.
To test these guys. So now this is what I'm saying. If we lose the FA Cup now, I wouldn't be mad because now there's more time to practice, less games to worry about, more time to practice, and that's what he's been crying about this whole time. And rightfully so. He doesn't have enough time to practice, and then I could focus on bettering our position in the league and actually winning Europa because I think we can do it. I think we can. I always think we could win that competition, especially.
There's no reason why, if we can kick on from this game, and if we can continue to put 7, 8, 9, 10 performances together, anything close to what we did at the weekend, there's no reason why we shouldn't be going pretty far, if not winning the Europa League this year. Do I believe we would be good enough to do anything in the Champions League next year? No.
No, I'm not.
Because I don't think he's going to get the money in the summer. I just don't, unless we sell a whole bunch of players. But
I'm not thinking that far ahead.
No, yeah, it's just I do. My mind goes a mile a minute with that stuff. But yes, I have to believe. You know what I mean? Like my sanity doesn't want me to not believe that we can kick on from that performance. I know we've seen it in the past where we've had a good game and then we've gone on a shit run. Not just from beating Man City and losing 4 games. Even under Ten Hag, it happened.
Happened to every manager.
But I think this manager's different. He's got that charisma, he's got that, and I think he's got the full backing from the board now to say, hey, because do you think the Glaziers would have allowed this to happen with Rashford or Martial? No, they wouldn't. They'd be like, no, it's not happening. And I like that he's being given full control to be saying to Garnacho, who before he came in was the wonder kid from Manchester United, scored some fantastic goals. Yeah, he's still young, and we were like, oh, he'll still young, he'll still learn. Come in, had an attitude problem, and he came on at the weekend and looked sharp, he looked different, and I think having him especially in the interview the other day where he said, this happened to me at Sporting. I just had to deal with it and get rid of the people that he didn't say get rid of, but he was like, I had to deal with it and deal with the situation, which meant getting rid of the players that weren't good enough and didn't have the right attitude. Because I think he got rid of like 5-6 players at Sporting within the first year, and they were big money signings for Sporting.
Yeah. Once again, I just want them to show me this. I know that I want to believe, man. And you know what? It's the hope that kills. Yes. It's the hope that kills you. Like, every time I think, and I'm not a one game turn the corner kind of guy. I'm very much a skeptic in pretty much everything. So this is nothing different here. I think this game was I had a lot of fun watching this game. It looked like these guys showed a lot of fight. And I think I would love for them to continue on. We just have a lot of work to do. A lot of work needs to be done. And if they could, like you said, if they could play an ounce, if they could give us an ounce of this every time, we'd be good because we haven't been getting that. We haven't been getting it. I would like to see Rasmus back to scoring. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see, the defending being as well as it was. I think we defended pretty well against a really good side, probably the best side in Europe.
Well, they are the best side in Europe right now.
Yeah. I just I'm just gonna wait. I can't be let down anymore, man. I ain't got too many more letdowns in me. I'm just gonna have cautious optimism going forward. So yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny though? Wouldn't it be funny because like you pointed earlier that Liverpool had some infighting going on? Wouldn't it be funny if they capitulated now? Because of the loss to Manchester United.
And then Forest won the league.
Oh, dude. I'm tempted to put $5 on this right now. It's still big money.
That'd be so good. And look at Forest.
They won again today.
Flying.
They're only 6. Flying, I know Liverpool got a game in hand, but they're only 5 points behind Liverpool right now.
They are flying. They are absolutely.
I didn't see who they play in the Premier League next.
Who?
Liverpool.
Oh,
the only team to beat them in the Premier League this year. The only team to beat them in the Premier League. They've got Liverpool next. If they beat Liverpool, they're 2-3 points behind Liverpool.
That's must see TV. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it is.
That is must see TV. I'm gonna be watching that.
Oh yeah.
Shouts to them, man. That I love those kind of stories. I just hope they don't turn into like Aston Villa
Or
and
Leicester, when they won the league and then kind of got relegated 2 seasons later.
yeah. I mean, didn't they win the league and then like the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. They went out on a high. They won the league, improbable, and then won the FA Cup and then went to and then sold all their best players afterwards, and that was that.
Yep.
That's
Harry
what's
Maguire.
gonna happen. I mean, shouts to, they were ran pretty well. Their owner died, and then that was that. But yeah.
I've got to give big shout outs to Harry Maguire, man. Wow, what a performance! Was he a little off for the first goal along with De Ligt? He was. He didn't push. He wasn't in line with the rest. Kept him on a little bit, but come on, I'm not gonna nitpick here.
No.
Kai had a phenomenal. He's not just a performance. He's had a lot of good performances since Amorim came in, and I think he's established himself as that centre back. I didn't think he could do it. I didn't think he does. The only problem I do have with him compared to Lenny Euro playing is when Harry Maguire runs back, it looks like there's an elephant running back. Whereas Lenny Euro runs back, Lenny Euro gets back quick. And we saw how quick he got back to Darwin Núñez. That's my only concern with Harry Maguire right now is his pace. And
there was a shot.
Up.
Yeah, he's running as hard as he can, and it's in slow motion. There was a shot that Liverpool had where there was a little passage of play where, like, they're at the edge of our box, they're attacking, but right before that, Harry Maguire went out for a challenge. And I remember saying to myself, I said, "Get back, Harry. Get back. Get back." I remember screaming it. And a guy next to me was like, "Dude, he's not even in the play." That space where Harry Maguire is supposed to be taken up, where he just ran from,
one ball,
gets bombarded, and the ball goes over, and it's a clear. Nobody's on that side, and thank God they just didn't have a tune.
That's how Newcastle scored.
And I'm like, God damn it! What and I got really mad at him then. But other than that,
do you know my favorite part of Harry Maguire this weekend? It was one of the most bullshit calls I've ever seen in football. Where he come flying out the area, took the ball. The ball went 30 yards downfield after he kicked it, and they gave a foul for it. And the passion that he had, he was screaming at the ref. He was effing and blinding. I was like, damn.
He might be our captain again, bro.
I don't think we should go down that road again.
He might be our captain again, at least in spirit. He's at least vice captain. He's at least vice captain. The only reason
I don't think he should be a captain again is because I truly do believe next year is his last year.
I think you give it to him based on that's what leaders do. They fall down. They can't lead all the time. Nobody's ever a leader 100% of the time. What do? You stay in the back. You keep working. You work against the talk. You work against the criticism. All the shit people give you to eat. You go up against it. You train. You keep going. You keep saying, "Hey, give me some more shit to eat. I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to where I am." And then you come right back. I gave Harry Maguire so much shit, and I'll do it again if anybody plays like that again in this side. I will do it. Trust me. I'll be right there on the front line. But I see what I see now is just true leadership, bro. You come right back. You don't fall down. I got to give it to him, bro. He's earned my respect already, but he's just earning more and more respect every day with these performances. Now, I'm not saying he's a world beater. He ain't, he's the next Rio Ferdinand or Vidic or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it takes a lot of stones to come back from where Phil Jones couldn't do it. He was in a Phil Jones position, becoming a meme. People in parliament talking about him, in world governments making fun of him. And now he's even earned the respect of those people. So big shouts to Harry Maguire. I'm glad you brought that up.
One of the big things that I like about his resurgence right now is, and I was talking about it with people earlier, is the fact that if you look, Rasmus Højlund and Zerski have just been thrown in there. No great manager will go in and have 2 young strikers as their top strikers. They will have, even Rooney wasn't the top man. That was rude. You know what I mean? There's always been that, there was Mark Hughes and, there's always somebody that's that top performer. Then you have someone coming in. The fact that Harry's coming in is allowing Lenny Euro to sit there and learn.
No.
He's learning from DeLitt. He's learning for Harry Maguire. You know, and that's a great thing. And that's what Man United need more of, is leaders to let these people like Højlund sit back and go, okay, I'm going to learn. I truly think Osimhen is the man for Man United for that reason. Not because he scores goals wherever he goes. And for him to come in and Rasmus to learn from him, or maybe even a Gyökeres coming in, because Gyökeres is on the other side of 25. He's been in England. He's been in Sporting. He knows how to play the system. Learn from him, you know, why he's banging in goals, and then bring him on for the last 20 minutes and learn. And that's what I like. That situation with Lenny Euro and Maguire. Because if Maguire starts to falter, Lenny Euro's there to come in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something United have missed for a very long time, is having a young player sit on the bench and not be the star man at 19 years old. And I think Garnacho will learn a lot more from being on the bench than he will as a starter right now. Because the greediness was getting too much. It was getting too much. He was making the wrong decisions because there's no one there to teach him.
Yeah.
You know, you need a Ryan Giggs-esque, that type of older player to take him under his wing and go, this is how it's done. You know what I mean? And teach him. Because Ronaldo had Roy Keane. He had everybody behind him. Paul Scholes, they all were like, no, you're not doing that. He had that big mentality player behind him to teach him and say no. That's my concern with Bruno, is, hey, you've just had a ton of shit performances. Yeah, you were man of the match for this game, but you know what I mean? Are you teaching the young kids the right attitude with your whininess on the pitch? I know that's what makes Bruno. You know what I mean?
He whined yesterday and played great.
Yeah, but is that the right attitude for Garnacho to whine like that? He's not. He might not be that type of player. You know what I mean? We need a leader that's. I will always say Roy Keane. Roy Keane will always be the greatest, captain, not just for Man United, but for anyone for me, because of how he just, dude, he got fired from Man United for calling out shit that was shit. You went on MUTV and called out how bad the players were, and he got fired for it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that, and also I remember them not putting it out because it was so scathing. And the thing with me is that a good leader knows when there's a time and place for shit. Like going to, I know it's the home media. I remember this. Too,
it was towards the end of his career too. You know, I think.
Yeah, that's also the thing, is how much of it was that you were frustrated that you're past it now, and like these guys aren't giving it, or I wasn't a fan of him doing that in the time. I wasn't. There's ways that you reach the people that's better than that.
No, but we kind of take away from what he's done with the younger kids at Manchester United.
For sure.
Like what he did with Paul Scholes next to him, because he was older than Paul Scholes. You know, Beckham and everybody else, Gary Neville. You know, he did a lot for those players. So
for sure,
United need to have a captain like that. And you got to, baby.
Yeah,
that guy just impresses me so much. He's just a boss.
I'm just keeping my mouth closed about Bruno because it just I mean, I've heard several guys talk about that, not at this club anymore, talk about how much like Bruno,
they're still in contact,
put his arm around them when it was down, when it wasn't going so well. And like, the thing with the getting mad on the pitch, that's just how he is. Some people are just like that. They're just mad, and that's how they express it. As long as he plays like that. The thing is, Bruno didn't play a game that was different than what he normally does. He gave the ball away a lot too. He was giving the ball away a lot too, but the thing is, he kept trying. He didn't, and people fed off of that. They fed off of him getting back and making the stops when he needed to. And I think that's the thing about Bruno. We get so up in arms about Bruno because he's the best thing we've had in a long time.
Yeah,
he is the best midfielder we've had in a long time, and we might not win it all with Bruno. I'm already set with that. But my thing is that I'm just not, that his play style, how he is, whatever, it's feast or famine. Okay, he's gonna try a lot of things, and if you're not willing to back him or try it with him until it comes off, then it is what it is. I wouldn't say he's a better leader than Roy Keane. No, absolutely not.
Well, the thing is,
Roy Keane also let his country down. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What
I was more getting at was
shout out to Roy Keane.
Yeah, remember in November, I think it was early December, November, Garnacho lost the ball, didn't track back for it, and Casemiro chewed his ass out on the field for it.
Yep.
That's Bruno's job.
Bruno does that all the time.
But
all the time. He's
Yeah.
constant. That's pretty much what he's doing when he's not whining to the ref. He's screaming at guys all the time. So that's how I'm like, this narrative that we have that he's so petulant. It's like, yes, he's a little rat when he's talking to the ref for sure, but he's up their ass too. I'm just not talking about Bruno Fernandes anymore. I'm just gonna leave him alone.
No, I don't think. I think he should be one of the first. Like, you could see against Newcastle how bad we were without him. We were horrendous. Like, as many people were like, "Oh, Bruno this, Bruno this," and Bruno doesn't play. We're horrendous. Yep. We're just horrendous. I want to talk a little bit more about kind of transfers and stuff. Do you think Man United are struggling to get rid of some players this month?
Oh, of course. January is just a bad time to do this stuff because a lot of teams are set in their ways. They know what they need, and you don't get long-term signage at this point, right? Like quality signings at this point. If Bruno didn't whine so much and got angry, it would go much more miles for him. You guys are so hung up on this whining thing. He whined yesterday. Was man of the match. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why? What do you want him to do? Alenga came out saying how much Bruno helped him. That's a fact. But yeah, this is not where you construct your team is in December. So yeah, I think we are having a hard time. Just look at the Rashford situation. The guy wants to go, and Saudi Arabia is talking about 650,000. Now, what I have heard is
that for Garnacho?
Rashford. They're talking about $650,000 a week.
Rashford said he won't go to Saudi,
and he won't go. And it's like, so clearly it's not. Get angry and scream, Mikey, like you scream at Casey. No, you're not worth it. Casey's worth it, man. No, respect. Shout out to Beto, man. That's our Fabricio. But yeah, there's no big business to be done right now. I'm hearing Casemiro though is willing to go to Saudi, and that'll be about $20 million for us. So I am hearing that. I'm interested in how that goes. That's a good bit of business if we can do it. And,
I'm really interested in if they can pull it off.
Yeah,
is the Osimhen Rashford swap, because I think Rashford over in Napoli for a couple of years will really help him. Playing in that Conte, but the problem is if he doesn't like the system we have now, Conte plays the same system.
Oh, I don't know if Napoli is the best place for him, but I mean, God bless him. I don't.
Hey, it's a great deal for United.
Good weather.
Rashford and 20 million for Osimhen.
Yeah,
it's a great deal for us. If I was Man United, I'd be going all out right now to get that deal.
It was people were acting like, oh, nobody's in for Rashford. I'm like, a ton of teams are in for Rashford. A ton. It's just a matter
AC Milan are looking at a loan. I don't think United should take that loan deal because one, we're gonna have to pay majority of his wages, and two, we're just gonna have him go out to we're gonna pay $200,000 a week to watch him play for AC Milan? No, I don't.
Yeah.
You got to sell. He wanted to go to Barca, but Barca is broke. But
I mean, they have gone downhill since we talked about them last. It's crazy what's going on with them, bro. Just give
how
us
they're
Danny
not in
Olmo.
administration is beyond me. It's beyond me how they're not in administration again. Like, there's the crooked shit going on in Spain. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, those guys. I don't know how you get to this point.
How do you buy a player for 49 million? The player now doesn't play for you, but you still owe that team the money, and you still owe that player all of his money from his contract. That's insane.
We had a
Osimhen's crew is saying everything is set between Osimhen and United. It's just club talks. It honestly, just from what I'm hearing the last couple of days, it would not surprise me if Osimhen was a United player in the next 3 weeks. It wouldn't.
Yeah, so like it kind of reminds me of, I had to look it up. I remember this. So if you know, the Mets had bought a guy. It's a baseball team. They bought Bobby Bonilla and had to pay him $1.5 million for 30 years. They got to pay him this until 2034 or some shit like that. Yeah,
Dude, that
that's
is the
kind of what's
greatest
going on with them.
contract signing in sports history, not in baseball, in sports history.
Oh my
That's like
God.
winning when you get one of those scratch offs and it says $1 million for a year for your life. You just won the million, the
Yep.
million for the. It's just the greatest deal because you could go get that 30 million or 300 million up front. Why? What happens if you break it?
Yep.
I'm taking that every day of the week. Million a
And
lot.
the tax is different. The tax
Yep.
is way different. I'll take that. I'll take that and move to, I'll do what our boy Sir Jim does.
Yeah.
Shouts to Sir Jim. I'm sorry. I need a sponsorship.
So the other day I read I'd watched an interview, and I haven't talked to anyone about it, and I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see the Ronaldo interview where he came out and was talking about the ownership of Man United and, you can get rid of a manager, but something's wrong. And then slightly referred to the fact that he will own Manchester United one day.
Yeah.
I think he has the connections to get that money, to be honest with you. What country is he in?
He wouldn't own it alone. It'd be a consortium.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he has the connections.
It'd be like Magic Johnson and how he But even then, I don't want an ex-player owning this club. I don't want it. And if it is, I want it to be somebody like who would be great? I was gonna say Wayne Rooney, but hell, coaches. He can't. I want it to be somebody professional, man. I don't want it to be like a guy that has football in his brain 24/7, like after he left the game. I want somebody that's like about business. So it wouldn't be Ronaldo for me. He has his hands in too many things. But it'd be cute. It'd definitely be cute.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone really talking about it.
But. Yeah, I saw that too, and it's like also Ronaldo. Like we forget the fact that Ronaldo he shitted on us. He told the truth, but he shitted on the manager at the worst possible time.
Yeah,
I'm sure that had some rippling effects in the locker room with these young kids that look up to Ronaldo, especially some of them that just played with him. So that's I still haven't healed from that. I'm not a fan. I was never a fan of going to the media and talking to an Arsenal fan, a well-known Arsenal fan, about Man United business. Sorry.
No, it's cool. I just like I said,
that was a good interview. It was a funny interview though. Shouts to Ronaldo, man. I hope you go to the MLS, get you a team. Not this team.
Yeah. The thing with Beckham is that's the other greatest contract I've ever seen in my life was when Beckham went to MLS and was like, yeah, I'll take less money, but you got to give me the guarantee that I can own a team one day. Yep. That was great business. Now look what they're doing.
Best deal. Became a billionaire. A billionaire. Shouts to him, bro. That's who I would want buying. I would want him to run it because he's doing a good job with marketing and getting money for Miami. Even though Miami can't go anywhere, they can't do anything. Look what the MLS has done. The MLS has said, you know what? The best team in the MLS, we don't care. We want Miami in. We want Miami in the UEFA Super Cup. We want and what is it called? The FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want them in. Fuck the best team. It's like shit like that. It's like I think he would do a great job running Man United. He would bring all the flair and all the players back. I think that's a great. I know we're getting off topic, but
nah, it's cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm seeing that Cristiano Ronaldo is just bringing up some news in the last hour. Ronaldo's playing a key role in Casemiro's transfer talk to Saudi, going to the same team as Ronaldo.
Please, that's your boy from Real Madrid. Bring him, take him. Yeah. I'm sorry that the Casemiro experience wasn't a good one. We had good times. We had decent sparks, but. The guy lost his legs 3 years ago, man.
He did.
And Real
He's
Madrid
a player that come on for the last 20 minutes and shore up that defense. Yeah. That's what he is right now.
Real Madrid knew it. Real Madrid knew Varane wasn't about shit as far as his body was concerned.
I'm hearing news
great player. Yeah. But he went to another team and was hurt like instantly. It was just time.
Oh, are you on about what was his name? The defender, the Wonder Como?
Varane.
Yeah, Varane, yeah. Retired, blew his knee out.
But Real Madrid knew he was on his lap. They knew what time it was. Injury riddled, both of them.
Man United winger Anthony is wanted by Olympiacos in a loan move in January.
He could go over there with Anthony Martial.
Yep.
So Martial scoring goals over there. Hey, good on him. Listen,
go over there, get some. I'm not going to sit here and always say Anthony is a shit player because he did. Like, I know it's a different league, but he was doing things in Ajax that he doesn't do at Man United, and I think there's a lot of confidence lost in him. You know, he doesn't go down the right anymore. He doesn't do some of the stuff that he used to do. Ajax, that player Ajax was a different player. So if you want to go, I think that's a good move for him. Go to Olympiacos, get some of that flair back, and come back next year and see if you're any different. Because we can't sell him.
Just go and don't come back. Well, I'll take 20 million for him. I'll take 10 million for him right now. Just get him off. Just get him out of here, man. That guy, that is the biggest flop in Man United history. 100%.
Yeah, he scored
$100 million, 3 goals, 5 goals.
5 goals in the last 2 years.
Come on, man. That's the biggest flop in Man United history.
Yeah,
100%. Now we did win things, but it wasn't on the account of him. I mean, he scored against Barcelona.
He also scored the equalizer in the last minute against Liverpool in the FA Cup. But they're few and far between is my problem.
You know, like, thank you for, you know what? Anybody that ever played for Man United, I don't think you're a bad person or anything like that. Thank you for your service. It's just like the Army. Thank you for your service. But if we're speaking objectively here, and if we could speak freely, that guy really they took us to the bank with that one. They took us to the bank with that one. It's sad. But what can you do, bro? Shout out to everybody watching in the chat. Let's get them likes up, man. We got about a few, like 8 people in here. Some people on Facebook and stuff. Shout out to all of y'all watching and making it. We've got a lot of new followers, bro. Where we at? We're at 1170. Come on, bro. 1,000, 1,170. Come on, man. We got a big community. Let's get those likes up in there. Yeah, for sure.
Get those likes up. Even if you're not watching on YouTube, pop over and hit the like on YouTube.
For sure. Leave a comment. So what do you think? Let's end off with this. Score at Arsenal and who scores?
Real quick before we go off with that, because we're gonna be here Thursday.
Yep.
And tomorrow, so we can do that there.
Oh yeah, okay.
What about what a beautiful send off to Kathy today.
Yeah. Great segue.
Yeah. Like even Beckham was there today. So
yeah.
Like great. I saw all the players in there, in their Man United stuff. Great send off because everybody was there, and I know Amram probably had a lot to do with that. He's like, I don't give a shit if you're sick. You're going to this damn thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, what a beautiful send off to an absolute Man United legend. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out there. I did see good videos coming out.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah. I saw a lot of the messages going out, and I did a little tribute on here for her. That's the beautiful thing about this football thing that we're in, bro. It's not just like, I know for a lot of people, like the majority of people are just like, oh, watch it and go home and don't give a fuck. Right? I know that's what it is, but just this tradition thing, the way we treat our own. Mm-hmm. The way that this woman, was the only unsackable person in the club. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could get sacked but her. It's just it's heartwarming to see people rally around her. She wasn't a millionaire. She wasn't any of those things. She's the secretary that worked up front that every player has to see when they walk in.
Well, that's one of the cool things that I did like about Amram. When he first came in, he was talking about, like, he did an interview and he was just like, he went round and he met every individual person that was at the club. And he was talking about United, these players, if they haven't been, why have they not been to the trophy room? Why are they not interacting with all the staff? Because
then Ineos got rid of 250 of them.
Yeah, Ineos did, but Amrin didn't. You know what I mean? He, interacting with all of those. To be fair, dude, like the Man United supporters club, the guy that I was originally assigned to me, he's not at Man United anymore, so he must have been one of those guys, because I emailed him the other day and I got a random dude and I was like, hey, where's Steve, who's the usual guy? And he's like, oh, he's not here anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, you gotta, like you said, you got to, do some stuff to better the business. So I know it's not all bad positions. I just hate the people to lose their jobs.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Especially in
it
today's
is,
day and age.
yeah, it's just cold. It's cold out there.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Beato's going, you know what's funny? When we got Martinez for 60 million, that's when Ajax was starving for money. We could have pulled off a 100 million deal or even 80 million deal for both. Whose genius idea was it to negotiate both?
Ed Woodward.
I think you know
Woodward.
who that was. It's not a current staff, I'll tell you that.
Ed flipping Woodward. That's who it was.
Yep.
I mean, listen, Ineos, once again, and I'll keep saying this, I'm not Ineos out. I think Ineos has done good business for a lot of our players. I think the only one they really got wrong was Xerxes. And, he was a good
for now,
prospect.
though,
Yeah, he's I think
there's a lot
so
of talk
far
about him going to Juve this month.
Yeah, I mean, if we could do some business there, that's cool. Or maybe he comes back, whatever the case may be. But I think on the pitch, they've done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But the firing and kind of stripping and doing that stuff, that's never gonna go over good. Mm-hmm. And I think they know that. These guys are billionaires we're talking about here, like millionaires, multimillionaires. A lot of them, the billionaire at the top, and there's certain things we're not gonna understand as people who don't own a football club. I don't operate a football club every day. Even though I do own a football club, I own FC United of Manchester. Shouts to them. I got to renew my membership, but I do own a football club 100%.
FC what? FC
Who? United of Manchester. Yes, the breakaway club in direct opposition of the Glazers. I am a member. So when you're a member, you own a piece of the club.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'd say everybody shouts to them. I have to renew my membership, but yeah, bro, $20, you could be a member. They put your name on the kit, and then you could be you get a vote, you get a share, you get a vote, a say in all the meetings, what goes on, things like that. And they're all Man United fans. It's not like they all still support Man United, a lot of them, but it's just a big fuck you to Glazers to show that the fans can own something. And they play every week. I think it's like the 6th or 5th tier of English football now, but like the Northern League.
I know which league you're on about.
So they don't play anybody big, but they played at the San Siro not too long ago. But yeah, shouts to that. You can watch a video I made on that. I'll probably redrop it. But yeah, they want a straight swap for their forward, Blachowicz, or something like that. You got to do spell check on these guys' names, bro. You got to do it.
No, I have.
Name starts with a V.
Yeah, I've seen this. From what I'm hearing, Zerski doesn't want to leave though, and Amarin doesn't want him to go.
Yeah, and I like that. Fight through it.
If Amarin wants him, we back the manager.
Yeah,
because
fight for it.
As much as I will give him shit, the guy has also been at Man United for less than 6 months.
Too many languages.
And not only that, the guy is not playing consistently. So you can't ask him to be scoring goals all the time and get used to this league as quick as somebody that plays every game. So we can't. We've got to give him time. Do I think he's going to make it Man United? I don't. But I'm willing to give him the time.
And I'm willing to be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm willing to be wrong.
I want to be wrong.
I'm willing to come back here in a few months and be like, you know what? Xerxes blew my socks off. He did it, just like how I'm doing with Martinez now, because he redeemed himself. Just like how some people need to do it on Onana sometimes, and then give him shit when he puts the ball between his legs. There needs to be some fairness going on.
And especially, and I want to point this one out, especially with people that are like, oh, McTominay, we wanted McTominay because he won his games. Do we not forget that Zerski's won his 2 games this year?
Yeah.
Sorry. He can't, and he's been here a lot less.
Internet news, player wants out. 3 hours later, player wants to fight for his spot. We never know if he wants out or not. That's just what the media says. So
that's what the media says.
He wants to fight for his spot even. McSauce is balling. Yeah. I mean, you know what's crazy? And I was saying this earlier. I was like, we get to see McTominay and De Gea and everybody else. Like, oh, these guys are, but we have a guy that's in the Premier League right now that's tearing up the wings that gave it to us twice already since he's left. 2 times, okay, in Elanga. And it's like nobody.
We sold the wrong Anthony.
He didn't. We sold the wrong 100%. Nobody went to Syria where everybody runs in slow motion and backwards. No, he stayed here and went to a lesser team, and now they're flying. They're in third now. Was it second?
No,
Third.
Napoli's still top.
No, I'm talking about Alanga at.
Oh yeah,
fourth.
they're joint second with Arsenal right now.
Yeah, see, I think that's the one signing that got away. But he only did. Now I do understand. McTominay's been here for years. De Gea's been here for years. De Gea's done so much for the. I understand that. I'm not. That's not lost on me. But 39 games, Alanga scored in Champions League. Didn't pan out here, and we got rid of him so fast. It was so fast.
Mm-hmm.
We got rid of to make room for Anthony, and it's crazy. And then yes, 100%, Sanjeev hit it right on the head, bro. Ten Hag sold Elanga for Anthony, and then benched Ahmad for Anthony. That's a crime. That is a crime.
Yeah.
That's why his bald ass isn't here anymore. He makes me so mad now that I put all my faith into him, and he was keeping Ahmad on the bench, and we were crying out for him.
Now who
crying out
right
to
now,
change the formation?
So I'm gonna say. Right now, Maz has been good this year, but I will stick by this. I think Ugarte will be the signing of the season for us. I think he will end up the signing of the season. We don't get him without signing McTominay. We don't.
No.
And what was more of a need for Man United? Getting someone that can fill that hole, or getting a guy that could score every now and again, but also give away a bunch of goals? Because he gave away just as many goals as he scored for Man United. With his dodgy ass penalties and him and fucking McFred in midfield.
Yeah, listen. I just didn't see. I didn't see now.
Ugarte is fucking killing it. Killing it.
I do think he was a forward being played out of position.
He was. He was
a forward. He was a box to box. He was never a CDM. He was never meant to play deep. He was never meant to carry the ball. He was never meant to spray the ball and start attacks from the middle of the park. It just wasn't him. Yes, pause. I'm glad you caught it, Cheese. Ugarte is killing it 100%. I am sold on Ugarte now. It took me a while to come around to it. I think Maz is starting to cool off now because he's been playing. I think he's playing.
He's also playing in a different system.
Yeah, and he's asked to play a lot more positions and do a lot more things with every game.
He's probably getting tired. And let's not forget, they before we brought him and De Ligt, what was the big concerns with him and De Ligt at the beginning of the year? They were injury prone. Well, we can't buy them. They're injury prone.
The guy had a heart attack.
De Ligt's missed is, what's that?
I said Mazraoui had a heart issue and came back the next week.
He had heart surgery and came back the next game. Like, it's insane. But not only that, De Ligt, the only time he's been out was when he was sick.
Oh.
So, this is another good thing for Man United. I want to probably end on this. We're not getting... I'm going to fingers crossed, because do not blame me if we get an injury in the next game. Fingers are crossed. We're not getting injured. We're not getting injuries anymore.
Clip this. Hold on. Beto, everybody clip this. Now go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
We're not getting injuries anymore. We're not.
Oh, shit.
We're not getting injuries anymore. This is insane.
Oh, God.
Must have been Ten Hag.
It is.
We were screaming at the medical staff, everyone else. No, it must have been Ten Hag.
Yeah. Ten Hag was fucking running these guys into the ground with no aim.
Yeah.
And I heard Amram says he does like a walking practice sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like he's walking, like they're walking to show where they should be at certain positions. I mean, the only people that's getting Luke Shaw, see, that's the foreshadowing. The only people that's getting hurt constantly is Luke Shaw and Mason Mount. And they're made of
Luke Shaw went with the team this weekend.
Was he?
Traveled with the team with this weekend, yeah.
Did he get hurt traveling with the team?
He probably fell off the bus.
Yeah.
Tripped over the steps on the bus and busted his leg.
I want him to have. I'm gonna give him one more chance to come back and make good because he deserves that.
Wouldn't it be nice if he could come back and play the rest of the season?
I'm gonna give him one more chance.
Do you know how much we miss him in that left wing back position?
I think.
Oh my God, him at left wing back would be phenomenal.
So much from this system. I think I'm gonna give him one more chance, and I'm gonna stop. I was on the Luke Shaw. I was the conductor of the fuck Luke Shaw, get him out.
Yeah.
But it's not fuck him because he's hurt. It's just fuck this idea that we keep bringing him back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just let him go. But I'll give him one more chance to
No,
come back.
Beto, I think he's talking about one more chance this season. No, I agree. You need to sell him in the summer.
No, I mean, just one more chance in general before the contract's up. He gets one more if he goes out and it's a long period. All right, bro, you got to go. Yeah. But I think he would benefit so much from this system.
Oh, yeah. Him at left wing back would be incredible.
I would love to see him in it. I'm watching the games and I'm like, yo, Luke Shaw this is a Luke Shaw game right here.
Yeah.
Especially with how direct he can be with his
crossing is his passing, his crossing. Yeah. And he's dribbling too. He's phenomenal at dribbling.
Sell Mason Mount, but keep Luke Shaw, man.
We got a new guy coming in the summer, so
Did y'all see Shaw in a music video? Send the link to that. You mean Luke
send me
Shaw
the link, Jeeves.
Was in a music video? If he's in a music video and he's hurt, I'm not feeling that, bro. We need to be angry at that.
Yeah, we need to be
angry. I hope you're trolling. Are you trolling, Sanjeev? Stop trolling, bro. One more chance, my backside. Matt is fragile like a Pringle. Come on, Casey, bro. That's not right, bro. Get behind the guy. Get behind him, pause. Get behind him. In a music video. What the fuck? Yeah, in a music video, he says. Send the link. I want to see that. But, yo, anything else you want to leave off with?
No, just
tomorrow night.
We got tomorrow night and then Thursday.
Those Casual Reds with the LA crew, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, LA, the best stateside show, the best stateside channel, bro. We're the best Reds in the nation, bro.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. You guys are just saying anything.
4 days ago, Luke Shaw in a music video.
Why is this not news?
I don't know.
Because he's not Rashford. That's why. If Rashford was in a music video 4 days ago,
he's literally just standing there just doing this. That's what he's doing.
He doesn't need to be in a music video.
It's not really a music video. It's more of a TikTok.
Okay. All right. He had one sentence in a video. Mate, you guys are letting him off the hook. I'm not feeling that. If it was Rashford in a TikTok, we'd be like, look at him on TikTok. He's losing his mind. He needs to be training.
Oh, I wish I could find the video that didn't have other TikToks on here, but
can we see it? Can you share it?
Let me see if I can find it. Where is it gone? Luke Shaw music video.
I don't want to hear it, Casey. If this was Marcus Rashford, you would be like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Shut up. I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry, Casey. I didn't mean to tell you to shut up, but be quiet.
I'm trying to find it. There we go. Let me see if I can.
It's a TikTok with Molly May.
Yeah.
I'm old. Unk is too old for this. I'm old. I don't know who that is. I don't even use TikTok for real. I do have a TikTok, but I do not use it.
Windows. Here we go. I'm going to share it.
We'll leave off with this. Oh, my days, mate. What is he doing? Nah, what is he doing? Yo, bid him off to Saudi Arabia with you.
Your mom's on benefits.
Wow, look at this guy. You know, and it's an Arsenal guy and talking about the Luke Shaw, talking about him in the video. Yeah, bro. I don't like that. I'm not loving that. I don't care. I don't care. He's hurt. It's like it's not like he could play for us anyway. So
yeah.
I just know if that was Marcus Rashford, people would have a heart attack.
Oh yeah, they would. Yeah. They absolutely would. But the thing is, though, when Luke Shaw does come back from injury, when he does play, he plays well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does play well. He doesn't have. He very rarely has a shit game.
Just not long. Not long. What score is Marcus Rasta going to the Knicks game on Luke on the TikTok? You're drunk because I don't even know what that even says. I don't even know if that's English, brother.
Dude, it's the same when I'm like looking at something on Facebook that either Cheese or Casey says, I'm a pure white guy. I don't understand a fucking word that you're saying.
Don't say that you're a pure white guy again.
You know what I mean? It's like, run the clock. What the fuck are you saying?
No, he's not. But the thing is, he's not even doing patois. He's just saying whatever. Yeah, okay. He says, "What?" He fixed it. What is worse, Marcus Rashford at the next game or Luke on a TikTok? Both of them are stupid. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy in both of them. They're both stupid. You shouldn't be mad at what a player does on his off day. Casemiro
I'm sure.
was
I'm
out.
sure Amram's going to be pretty pissed off about it though.
Yeah, Casemiro was out. They were mad at him. They fixed it. It's over. He hit pure cocaine. Mark Cheeseman says. Jesus. Anything else you want to leave us with, man? Any other videos or stuff you want to show us?
I got the OBS fixed, so we'll be back on that on Thursday.
We'll be back in 4K.
We're having major computer issues. It wasn't even OBS; it was just computer issues today. But
hey, don't sleep on Stream Deck, man. We still here with Stream Deck. If we will be here for the people, no matter what.
Yep. Yes, we will. I'm gonna try and get some more content out this week as well. Try and work on some more videos. You know, I've got projects here and there. I just got to get them all together. But other than that, we'll see everyone tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So get your butts up, get ready for that show. And for me and Mikey, we will see you on Thursday.
Up the Reds.
Peace.
Coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and Atlanta, Georgia. This is United Fan Zone with Sean Gregg and Mikey Douglas.